What is going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. A little while ago I did a video titled Even More Speakers. You see, I've installed an entire new Pioneer system in that Mini. However, ever since I've installed it, it's gotten quieter. Now, at first this didn't make sense, so I took to some forums and, after too much research, I came to the conclusion. What happened was when I upgraded the speakers, the factory amplifier, which is in the car, so the amp is in the back of the car, factory, it's not actually from the head. The head's just a display from that amp. And it's a factory, I think it's a Harman Kardon amplifier, but what's happened was that amp was designed and tuned to the speakers that were factory installed. So they've got strange equalization curves. I think I'm out of focus. They've got strange EQ curves. They've got just a lot of random stuff, like some speakers are boosted, some aren't. I know the front door 6.5s have been severely cut on like the high end, so you're only hearing like below like 60 or 70 hertz. So all you're hearing is like a thud. You're not actually hearing that nice rich mid bass. And then the middle speakers, which are the 4 inches, are just blasting out everything, but they're just crackling because they're trying to recreate highs which have been crossed over in an amp. And it just sounds terrible. And I've noticed recently that the tweeters have started doing this weird distorting thing. And when I was looking into it, what happened was, because the speakers are quiet, I'm driving that amp harder. And I find myself driving that amp at nearly 100% all the time because it's that quiet. You can actually have a conversation over the volume of 100% on an amp. You can have that amp at 100% and you can have a conversation over the top of it with its current setup. But not for long, because today, finally after ages trying to figure out what's going on with this system, why it doesn't sound the way I wanted it to, well, I've installed everything Pioneer in there. It should sound absolutely amazing, but it doesn't. And it's because of the amp. So today, I'm going to fix that. I've got another amp, another one. So this one is a 4-channel amp, which will be driving the front and rear speakers. Okay, so the reasoning for this is in the back of the Mini, I've got 2 6x9s, okay? And those 6x9s have 2 different signals. They've got your low and your highs, because it's actually being crossed over from the Harman Kardon amp in the back of the car. So I've got 2 separate signals per speaker, and I had to modify those Pioneers to actually take that signal, because they're designed just to take a single full range, and I've had to split it into 2. So what I'm doing is I'm tapping off both of those signals from left and right, and then putting them into that amp. And the reasoning for that, I know you're probably thinking, like, why aren't you just going to take the signals from the main amp for the front doors? Because they've been really strangely crossed over. Well, the 6.5s are getting like no sound. You're just getting this low kind of rumble, and that's really all they're producing. And I know those speakers can produce so much more, but whereas like the 6x9s in the back, their crossover point is a lot higher, so there's a lot more richness in that sound. So I'm going to take those signals and the highs from the back and blast them at the front. Yes, I will lose fading between front and back, but at the moment that's the best option I can do. Shy of actually purchasing a replacement kit. I found out you can do kits for the Minis by Alpine and Kenwood, which is basically an entire new speaker setup for the Mini, which is designed at the same sensitivity of each speaker, so they respond and sound kind of normal for the Mini. Whereas what I've done is just gotten aftermarket Pioneer stuff and chucked it in there. So for the tweeters and the 4 inches, they're going to be sharing the same signal, which will be like a high frequency crossed over, well, high pass signal. which will be crossed over at about 500 hertz. And then the 6x9, no, the 6.5s in the front doors will be taking a low pass signal, which will be crossed over at about 1000 hertz. So we got a nice kind of blended signal happening there. The tweeters have their own crossover. When I installed them, they had like this little passive crossover, which cuts out pretty much all of the lows just for the tweeters. Alrighty guys, so it's been about a week since I've seen you last when I unboxed the Pioneer amplifier, and today I'm happy to announce that it is finished, and I'll be doing a sound test in the car here. Now this sound test will be a little bit different. Normally we'd sit the camera up on the dash and we'd use the Rode Video Mic Go to capture the audio, but today we actually have the Zoom H5 right there with its stereo XY microphones, which is why if I tilt the mic around it will actually sound a lot different. Pretty cool, hey? So we're using the stereo XY microphones. I'm just going to be like chucking it up on the dash and it will capture a much more rich real sound. I'm going to take you around the back of the car and we can show you exactly what the amps and stuff look like in the car now. Okay, so to our left down here we have the Sundown, and over here is the new amp. We've actually got the, what is that? It's that Pioneer amp which I unboxed just before in a very rapid unboxing. We've got it unboxed there, and over next to it we've got some power distribution. Sorry, the camera's super shaky. We've got some power distribution blocks there, taking the 4 gauge and splitting it into dual 8 gauge for the amps to run well. So we're just running that. It is sort of warm. When we run it, it does get pretty hot. So we've got our 8-inch Sundown there, just looking pretty there, and now this amp here. As you can see, we are running it in full 4-channel mode. And that's running to all of the door speakers. So I'm going to put this Zoom H5 up on the dash next to the camera. It will just be facing the center of the car. And I'm going to pull out my phone and we're going to do a sound test. So for this test, we are not going for big booming bass like I have beforehand. With the last install, hello camera, with the last install it was all about that sub. But with this install, it's about having really crispy highs in the doors. I'm just going to set that to manual so it doesn't keep going out of focus. But having really crispy highs at really loud volumes, because this stock amp here in the car was producing 14 watts a channel. Yeah, 14 watts a channel. That is puny. So we're going to be playing. I'm going to go to YouTube and we're going to look up some royalty-free music that I'm not going to get copyrighted for. Because unlike the sub, I can't just rely on the distortion of the music to actually get me past YouTube copyright. Can't do that anymore.
Several days later.
So we're going to be playing the same song. Even though it is super overused in like every single YouTube video, it's better than nothing and I'm not going to get copyrighted for it. So we're going to play it and we'll crank it up so you can actually hear what it sounds like loud. If it distorts the mics on the H5, then you know it's loud, because there's no auto. Okay, so I'm not going for booming bass. Subs all the way down. If you lock your phone when you're using YouTube, it stops the music. There's also just a guy walking in the background. It's all good, buddy. All good. So while I'm editing this video, I found a clip of me testing To You featuring Justin Bieber. Now, I'm going to put it into this video just after this little voiceover part, but I can't use the Zoom H5 sound because it's so clean. But to show you guys exactly how loud that system was, I'm actually going to use the Panasonic G7 sound. Now, warning to all headphone users, it is crazy loud and crazy distorted, but it should prove to you guys exactly how loud this system really is. And I'm going to zoom in a bit because there's one lady's reaction which is quite funny to watch. Yeah, it sounds absolutely amazing. Guys, if you like this system, drop a like on this video. Follow me on social media. I have all the behind the scenes to the install. I have a video up there explaining how everything's wired in and why I did it and some troubles that I had with the system. Links for those will be down in the description. Thank you for all you guys who are watching this. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you can be notified when I upload next. Stay awesome and I'll see you guys next time.